now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Masterpiece, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't right it. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound it surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want.
I'm the coach. You're locked.
By many accounts, Coach, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New York Jets and the Tennessee Titans. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. As we take a peek at Sam Darnold, the former USC Trojan and third pick in the 2018 draft. On first down, Darnold. And his first look is incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon. And now it's second down. The offensive starters now for the Jets.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the two guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
On second and 10, Darnold. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a second and 13.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now on second and 13, Darnold. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's third down. The starting defense for the Titans.
Kenny Vaccaro is an excellent player. Can cover in the slot, but his best attributes, tackling people and rushing the quarterback.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Adam Humphries deep for the Titans. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over first and 10. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Here we go.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 29-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They keep it with Henry on first down. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And Walker has it. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Going quickly here to Thomas. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. Throw complete to Herndon. Space to maneuver at the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Darnold. No, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run with Henry. And able to work his way down to the 16. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
And he's got a man, Demaryius Thomas. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold. He's got Thomas yet again complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity miss there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and it'll be Titan football. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Ready?
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
61, max box, light, 5.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The New York set to take the field.
And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they get all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take it. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game. Watching right now, I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball?
On second down now. It's Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. This is Henry. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On the handoff, here's Lewis running right. Past the 20. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Dion Lewis, 42 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point put through by Wassup, and the lead grows to 10-0. Joseph now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take it with.
Now it's Henry. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
About 3 yards there to the 27. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Henry. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Henry, and this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Now a run by Bell here going nowhere as they'll hit him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he fires a strike to his big target, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Darnold, and Thomas has it. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it with Bell. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Nashville, it's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter.
And here we go on fourth. Darnold. And no, it's incomplete. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. The Titans on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Check 99. 6-6. Pull it hard. Snap.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And now out come the Jets. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jayon Brown coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of start and comes through clean.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Down. 15 line. 15 line.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense. And this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. We'll call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Henry. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And here it's just a simple question of whether or not the ball broke the plane. Well, I said it's simple. It's not really that simple. This could be really complicated.
We would love for it to be simple, to know that it did actually cross the plane of the goal line. But as you described, it is a difficult call. All it takes is a portion of the ball crossing that line. Now the officials have to determine if that happened.
It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal.
Watch the safety cream. X3, 218, chop it. Shoot.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. Got a man, it's Humphreys. Touchdown, Tennessee. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Joseph now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points.
And nowhere to escape, and he goes down. This sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. After the sack on 1st down, Darnold breaks through the contact, and he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And he's brought down. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point up and good by Succa. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Joseph now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Throwing now, Tannehill. Going deep for Walker. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm high.
highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pull out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Tennessee Titans. With that, let's get you up to Nashville and Nissan Stadium for the call. We welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go from Nashville. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. They're led out by their strong-arm quarterback out of Texas A&M, and that's Ryan Tannehill.
And many believe that Ryan Tannehill is ready to fulfill his promise. Been in the league a little while now, been through some ups and downs, some bumps and bruises, but the talent is evident. Can run it, can throw it, and I think now he's ready to be a great leader.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Push it back. First and 10 at the 27-yard line. He's checking.
Recon, 132 fighter. Let's go.
On first down, Tannehill looking for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. And now we get a peek at the Titan offense.
And the play of this offensive line is going to tell a big story. And right now, if you're a fan of this team, you're loving the story that they are telling. They've already created some holes in the running game on this opening drive, and they're going to need to keep it up for these guys to have a big chance at victory.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. 3rd and long, it's Tannehill. Complete, this is Lewis. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to make it 4th down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they have 3 first downs and 3 points. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry for James Conner, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Offensive starters, here they are. David DeCastro, what do you think about him, Charles?
Brandon could not have been better trained at Stanford. So well schooled in the run game and the pass game, and especially in pro principles. David DeCastro could be an all-pro in the years to come. And
that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
On 1st and 10 is counter. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. A look at the defensive starters for Tennessee.
Terrell Casey doesn't get the attention that he deserves, but he is an absolutely terrific defensive tackle. The best player on just about any team he would play on.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson there to make the grab. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
80 weapon. Let's go.
Play action. It's Tannehill. He gets it to Brown. Complete. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown, 68 yards. And the Titans are going to retake the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sideline. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. Joseph now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Roethlisberger going to get this one to Connor. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans 39. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Complete. It's Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's up to 7 for 7 now on this drive alone. Ben to throw again. Got an open man. It's Washington. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tannehill, he's going to take off with it. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the 1st as well. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Tannehill. He finds Corey Davis. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee 1st down. On 1st and 10, Tannehill escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, is intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. For a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On first down, it's Tannehill. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1 point due to time constraints. We move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kevin Byard, the Middle Tennessee Blue Raider, gets the sack. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
230. Right there in the middle. 55. Man, that's track. That's track. 50.
On first down, Connor. Through an opening, and there he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, 59 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will get him one closer. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. But sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Tannehill now to throw. It's caught. Humphries. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. This is caught inside the 15. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And boy, they hit that one.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Brings up second and 7 at the Steelers' 9-yard line.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He can run for it, and he will. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start the drive with Connor. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Back now in Nashville. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. On 2nd down, Samuels. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Now Roethlisberger, and that is incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Tennessee getting their 1st down on a big play of 18 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Rolling to his right. Uncorks one for Davis. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A gain of 39 that time.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 16 yards there, a Tennessee 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. Let's get it.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Tannehill eluding the press. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. Ryan Tannehill, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with the game.
This 35, gain of 7. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Roethlisberger will throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's got this down to the 35. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. He's back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On second down, Connor looking for space. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Back to throw. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll be taken down shy of the 25 that he needed. He'll be a yard or two short. And Boswell's kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Check 3. 80 weapons.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Forced out to his left. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week of practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
61, matchbox right.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Game offense.
And that'll set them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. On 3rd down, it's Connor. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it with Connor. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Down to the final play. That's where we win in this one. A dramatic finish. And I know that the field goal was going to be pretty